better story for Brianna Do. She's been on tour for many years, since 2013, 840th in the world, and she's going along really nicely today. Today, again, is going to be a really big day for Brianna. See how she handles it, but so far she's got a very clean scorecard, 1 under.
It's Gabby Ruffels in her second year on the LPGA Tour, the Aussie who makes her home. This is the par 3 15th, and Russia's Nataliya Guseva.
She's going along really nicely yesterday. A little bit disappointed with her finish, but this looks to be on a great line. That'll do.
Finished in the top 30 in the race to the CME Globe last year as a rookie.
Some of these players, and a lot of these players, get reshuffled back into the LPGA and get back into events. And that's why it's such a big week for so many of these players.
So it is a birdie for Guseva. The priority list is difficult to explain, and a lot of fans don't follow it closely, but it's currency for an LPGA player. Where are you on that list? And a lot of players with a chance to move up this week. Gabby, she's fully exempt, so no issues there. A chance for her to win for the first time. She's got an opportunity.
Really like the way Gabby's found her feet here on the LPGA. Hasn't been the easiest route for her, but I think that actually has done her some good. I think going back to Epsom for a year and getting into the professional. Oh, of course they do. I mean, even just a good week. We always talked about the reshuffle for a lot of these players that will be into play this week. A lot of them, it's even their first start in the LPGA this year, and so making the cut is going to help them, but this is where you want to have a good finish. You want to keep the momentum going and reshuffle your way back in, and you never know.
Jenny Shin is the only player on this leaderboard that you're looking at who has an LPGA victory. A nice shot.
Goal swing, beautiful rhythm to it.
Jenny Shin to get into a share of third.
Okay. But if a par, that'll feel pretty good to her to get it going still.
Here's Gabby Ruffels, second at the 9th.
This hole's been playing the toughest hole all week. Number 1, overtook 16 after yesterday. That's a really nice view.
Of course, you always think, well, why not go 2 for 2? As a player, you're always thinking that, aren't you? But, some good work from Lee 5, and now the Goose. As she's known, Nataliya Guseva. And I'm just looking, we mentioned this yesterday, Mel, but yes, she's 7 off the lead, but Guseva's just 4 shots out of second. Not that Jenny Bay is going to come back necessarily, but that's a different way of looking at it, perhaps.
Listen, there's still a lot of golf left, and a lot of players at the top of the leaderboard are not used to being in that position. You've got to keep that in mind. When you're a chasing pack, you've just got to put your foot down on the gas, and just, you never know what happens. You might get in a bit of a rhythm, make a few birdies here and then, you start jumping up the leaderboard, self-belief starts coming in. You just never know in this game.
Chicken farm outside of Atlanta, and now up by 3. Here is the talented young Aussie, Gabby Ruffels, at the 9th in her second season on the LPGA Tour. Just one player on that front page of the leaderboard with a victory. That's the veteran Jenny Shin. Day 3 in Mexico is here. At the par 3 10th, this is Gabby Ruffels to get to 3 under to move into the top 10.
Yeah, they moved the tee back some 20 yards today, 156, and that hazard will come into play on the right today.
All right, to the 11th, Gabby Ruffels.
Perfect drive here, perfect angle from that left-hand side. Yeah, you just see how firm these greens are when it's down, when it's...
Well, the 12th has been quite the test all week, and today, second toughest. Just 2 birdies today. Gabby Ruffels with a great look.
I mean, for how well these girls, well, these women drive the golf ball, the fairway is only 16 yards wide, which is
a little different this week.
Yes.
The heat index triple digits, in Mayakoba. Jenny Shin, good position here for a third at 13.
Should be a bit disappointed with that. She pulled that. That was a good opportunity to get a wedge in there.
So only 40 degrees cooler, that's all. Here's Jenny Shin for birdie at 13. Okay, well, there you go. Not her best wedge, one of her best putts. Look out for Jenny. The Epson Tour in putting last year. A couple of years ago, Gabby Ruffels just ran roughshod through the Epson Tour, earned her LPGA card, had a really good season last year as a rookie, admitted that she got a little bit burned out toward the second half of the season. You said that's not particularly unusual. She's a bit out of position here. So this is her fourth at the par 5.
Yeah, being a rookie, you kind of feel like you have to play every single event. You never know when it's your week, and you know, you're constantly trying to play catch up. I feel a lot of the times as a rookie, trying to find your feet a little bit. But I certainly feel that Gabby has found her feet. I think
of Wake Forest gave Duke the victory. Jenny Shin. This would be for a memorable par.
Certainly would. Outside look for par, yeah. Misread that one.
Just look at Chisato Iwai's posted 68. Lindy Duncan in there with 69. Somi Lee with a 68. And, putting the target up there. Gabby Ruffels to get it back to 2 under.
Yeah, very nice. Can get a little bit streaky with the putter. Everything else I feel is very solid in her game, very consistent. This is the only thing that gets a little streaky for Gabby.
At the 15th, Gabby Ruffels.
The multi-athlete, played a lot of competitive tennis growing up. That's a great golf shot there. Perfect leave just under the hole, a little right to left. Great opportunity. Four bogeys in her last 7. Gabby Ruffels with a chance to get a shot here at 15. Yeah, just came out of that a little bit early. Didn't quite release the putter. You could just see her there practicing that.
Finished her second round strong yesterday. She'll try a couple of different tours and trying to get her LPGA card back. Well, here's a great look at the 16th and the 2nd for Gabby.
Beautiful drive on this really difficult to hit fairway on 16, and another beauty there from Gabby. Iron play's been solid.
Less than a quarter of the field has hit this green in regulation. Gabby did, and this for a rare birdie.
like she's birdied this a couple of times.
She has.
Already this week, so she's the only person that's actually dominating this hole. Probably picked up about 4 shots in the field with them 2 birdies.
14 for a fast finish. No trouble here for Jenny Shin, but did stay up, and hers her second. A chance to get away maybe with a birdie.
Yeah, she got very lucky there on the tee shot, pulled it way left. Now she's got to go up energy consuming.
Jenny Shin for birdie at 17.
I feel like she would steer one if she made birdie here after that tee shot. Just lacking a little bit of pace there towards the end.
Tied for second until those back-to-back bogeys at 14 and 15. Help, it doesn't seem like. Gabby Ruffels, second shot. 17 playing 263 today. Can she dial in this pitch?
She certainly can.
Gabby Ruffels for birdie at 17.
Very nice. Birdie at 16, birdie at the 17th.
Like yesterday.
Yeah, and now very gettable 18th hole.
Up at the 18th, Jenny Shin. This to make it 7 players tied for 4th.
Yeah, she's left out in the jaws, but she's one to watch tomorrow, you know. She's hungry to win another event. I feel like each year that goes by that she doesn't win, she gets even hungrier in the off-season. And
how about those pars for Miranda Wang at 16 and Brianna Doe at 17? Escaping. Now the third for Gabby Ruffels at the 18th. And that's going to take her into 4th place alone. And once again, like she did yesterday, Mel, a big finish. And one of the few pars was at 15 where she hit it close.